Hello, friend. In the last video, we talked about Citrix UberAgent, and in this video, we will work on building a Splunk server and look into some of the settings which we will configure in this video. Why we need Splunk? Splunk has multiple versions. One is the cloud-based version, and one is on-prem based, which is called Splunk Enterprise. So how we go there actually? You go to the Splunk site splunk.com if you see my screen, and then you will create one account, and in the account you will when you will create account you will select an option, trial and download, and then you will fill up the information, email address and passwords, and then you will get it into your email, and then and when you will confirm you will get an access to the Splunk. So we are on the screen where I'm going to download the Splunk Enterprise 9.4.3 version. Let's download it now. And by the way, I have built a lab actually where I'm running Citrix, I'm running domain controllers. You can see there are multiple stuffs, VDA and DDCs, Citrix DDCs, and we will also build an autoscaler. So right now we are going to build Splunk server. And then later we will, in the next video, we will install a Citrix UberAgent on the machines and point it to the Splunk server. And then we will also look into the how you can create configuration for it, how you can configure client. That's very interesting video about Splunk. But let's focus on installing Splunk on one machine and make it ready for Citrix Uber in this video. So now the Splunk setup is downloaded. You can see it here. And I am running Splunk. I'm going to install Splunk on a Windows machine. So let's go to the file and install it on this Windows machine. It must be in my download section folder actually. There it is. So I don't need Splunk in the backend now, the website, and then I will click on install it. I'm logged in as an admin. So yeah, and installation is straightforward. If you need to customize it, you can do, but let's go with the default installation. I will have my user account and password. Hit shortcuts on start menu and install. This video is mostly for Splunk, and there are, as we talked in the last video, there are multiple log servers options available actually, but we will see if we get time into look into other options. But let's complete the Splunk stuff here. It's doing some pre-checks on the machine. I have to make sure I have space available on my machine. Yeah, there's enough space. So the installation may take 10 minutes, depends on the configuration of the machine. The installation of the Splunk is underway. You can see this on the Splunk server, it's taking time, as I said. We can download the Uber agent because we will install the Uber apps into the Splunk application. To do this, we need to go to the Citrix download section, select the Citrix observability, and then we will get the latest version for Citrix Uber. And we will install on one machine so that we can get the apps which will install on Splunk server application actually. So under Citrix observability, Uber agents product software, and the latest version is 7.4. So we'll get it now. What it has, the download package contains Uber UXM, ESA, and Splunk apps dashboard. So let's get it. Let's check what is happening for the Splunk now. Meanwhile, yeah, I think we are about to finish. Yeah, Splunk is ready now. Means the application has been installed on the server. So here comes the first look. It runs on 40,000 localhost. Let's flip back and the ROBR application agent is also downloaded on our another machine. Okay, so let's see what's happening here. Uh, let's let's install the Uber agent first. I think Splunk is still with that. Yeah, let's uncompress it. By the way, we'll install Uber agent on all other R machines, not even Citrix, the domain controllers and the file servers. So we'll see all kind of data which we popped up in Splunk under Uber apps. So now we will log in. Let's save it now. So here we have apps and we can see we have, I think we need to install our, we don't have much apps here. So we will install our new apps here. This is just a first installation. Go to our folders, and these are the apps we need actually to install in the Splunk. As I said, we have some, you will get some the configuration file for Elasticsearch as event hubs, but we are not going to touch those stuffs here in this exercise. So let's download, copy these all four files on our Splunk server. It didn't copy, so let's do it again. Copy. Yeah, I understand. We need to copy from, I think we need to look our domain controller machine and get this file locally copied. And the with 10, and I can copy them into my C drive so it's easy for me to move in. I don't have to look here and there. Yeah. So we are on the Splunk server and we will go to our domain controller machine and get the Splunk apps or builds from there. We'll copy it to our Splunk server. Now we have files on the Splunk server. So let's go to our Splunk application and go to manage apps. And we will click on install app from file. And we will go and click on our C drive temp. Let's pick the first one. Load. One is done. Let's pick another one. We have to install all four of Splunk apps of a bear into the system. Let's install rest of the two. Yeah, we'll click on restart later because we have to install one more app. And that's okay, the last one. And after this, we will restart the Splunk server. I mean, restart the Splunk application. All the services will restart on that action. So now let's wait. It's installing UberAgent search. We got some error, read time error. Okay, what is that? How it says? Let's try one more time. Maybe we should restart the server. Okay, so we will restart the Splunk server and then we will try again. Let's restart the Splunk application. Yes, restart it. And then we will install our last one app. We see error in the real scenario. What happens if I've not seen this issue before, but let's see if we succeed with installation afterwards. So we restarted our Splunk server and then we will again try to install the last app which was giving error. I hope we don't get this error now. Yep, that was the issue. I should have restarted after installing one app when it was asking. Restart later and try to install another apps gave us error, but yeah, it was a quick fix. Restart the Splunk server and I mean Splunk application and then try it again. So now we have installed the Splunk Uber apps in the Splunk, and we can see we have got two more apps, which is Uber UXM and ESM. Now it is blank, there is no data, but before we will install agents and configure agents to report to the Splunk server, we need to look into some forwarder settings. Don't worry, there is no data coming. So now let's go to the settings. and then we say go to the data models. You need a high configuration on the Splunk server, otherwise it's slow sometimes. Let's increase the memory of the server. So now we're in data model section and we click on got it, and then we will go on our um, settings and we see where all the where apps are here actually. We could see the data models and they are globally enabled, and let's go to settings again. And we need to go into the data input section now. We have seen our tables which are reported into the system under data models. Now we will define the settings for um, configure so that we can receive data in Splunk from the agents. So here we have two ways to do it. There are two settings we could use. One is the TCP, or another is called HTTP. Yeah, HTTP event collector here, and TCP. TCP is enabled. If you see it now, and this is enabled, and it uses port 19500. But it depends what your organization is using. Some organization use HTTP or HTTPS, or some use TCP ports for Splunk to receive data. So we'll go to the data models again. And we will look into our HTTP data collector settings. You will see it has a 0 inputs defined. So we'll go to the HTTP event collector here. As it said, you can receive data over. So now we are in the HTTP data event collector configuration. We need to click on new token. And we need to create a token for UberAgent. And we will write something called UberAgent here. And we will click on we don't have to select anything here, and yeah, and then we will click on next up here. Yeah, sorry. And then so we will write UberAgent, and then we will click on next, and then we have many selected indexes. We will use the default settings. The default index is UberAgent index, so that's right, correct. And then we will click on review. You'll see the settings here. That looks fine, and submit. And then we will go to our settings again. It means token has been created and these are your token value. You would need this data when you are configuring agents. So I will just make note of it actually. And that's not a hurry. You can always pick it later actually from here. In our next video, we'll talk about how you configure UberAgent via GPU or via file servers, configuration to central repository. So there are many ways actually. So now we will check again in our UberAgent actually, and we will go to there and data inputs. And you will see it says one connect collector configured actually the inputs. You will go there and you can see you can still talk as I said there was if you want to copy the token you can copy there, otherwise you can also take it from here. But you see the status is enabled. We will go into the global configuration here. We will say enabled. Yeah, that's right. You can use different if you want to change some settings you can change the settings here. We don't want to make any changes. The HTTP port is this. If you want to use SSL, the port will change for SSL. Yeah, and then save. That's it. So this is a very short about how you configure Splunk and some settings. And don't forget to watch our next video, which is about installing Uber agents on the machines and look into the ways to configure Uber agent. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.